Hello, hello, everybody. It's Renee McLaughlin, and I am so happy to be here tonight to share with you some information, tips, and tricks on one of my absolute favorite T-Tapp moves. I know they're all my favorites, but this one really is my favorite. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Renee McLaughlin. I'm a T-Tapp trainer. I've been training for, oh my gosh, well over 20 years on just this workout. So I kind of know a bunch about this particular move. So I'm excited to share with you. For those of you that might not even really know T-Tapp, or you've just been sort of introduced to it, welcome, welcome in my T-Tapp tips group. We've got so much great information for you. And so you know, Jazz Twist is one of the moves that is in our original basic workout plus, which is our 15-minute workout. That's 18 minutes, but I usually do it in about 40 because I slow it down. And Jazz Twist comes about 3 or 4 moves in. So here's my agenda for today. All right, first I want to just show you a little what it looks like in the original basic workout. So you kind of know what does the move look like. And then I want to share with you what we're actually doing in the move, sort of the best ways to get those spinal rotations and why you want to do it. And I wanted to do this today because you can use this information for any type of spinal rotation move you do in any workout. I want to give you a really good sense of what to do and some great tips that you can use. And then I'm going to give you some tips on doing it. And then at the end of all that, I'm going to give you a nice little flow. And after this, I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to what's called chapter it. So after you kind of learn, if you just want to go right to the workout, Renee, I don't want to hear you yapping about all that, you'll be able to just click there and just go and do it. All right. So you can use just this move through the day or at least once or twice a day and really feel the difference. It can really help you cinch in here, but it can also just open up energetically everything up and down the spine. So without further ado, let me show you first the move. So it comes after our reach and scoop where we're opening up, getting space from the top of our rib to our hips. So we kind of reach up and over, and then we go to our, here we go, Jazz Twist. And we do this. And we do it a few times, like 4 times, and then we come out and then we automatically go right over. And this, and I have to tell you, when I first started this move, I had no clue what I was doing. I did it so wrong, I had no idea. And the first time I actually started to kind of just a little bit get it, happened to have been at a retreat I did with Teresa when I was certifying. And I remember the first time I got it right, all of a sudden I got so nauseous. I thought I was going to lose it right there on the floor. And I got so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, what in the heck is happening? And then afterwards, we all kind of had a talk and everybody was there, the trainers that were certifying too. And I learned that that can absolutely happen because when you start to, and I'm going to use this word, but you'll see my vision here, my visual, when you start to turn the spine and open up all these places that have been contracted, you actually are pumping some lymph and you're getting rid of a lot of toxins. And in that moment, for a second, you can feel kind of nauseous. So if that happens to you, it's a good thing. Don't get scared. Try not to just stop moving. You just want to walk or move just a little bit, maybe drink a little bit of water and then come right back, okay? So don't be worried about that. All right, so now you kind of have a visual. And what we were doing when we're here, okay, is, as you can see, squeegeeing or getting a rotation of the spine. Now, let me just show you really quickly what that's doing. And if you understand this, you can use this, again, for any rotations. So in order to get a rotation of the spine where you get the absolute most out of it, you want to be as, I'm going to call it, Teresa used to call it, so I'm going to say the same words, linear up and down alignment so that your shoulder and your hips are aligned. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. So thinking about this, you have your hips, which are stabilizing you here. And then you have that whole spine that's all attached all the way up, right? And you have this stabilizing shoulder. So you're stabilizing here and stabilizing here. When you go then to do any twist, you have to keep this stable. If you move the hips at the same time you move the shoulders, what happens? You don't get this going on all of the different vertebrae. All right, so that's why as much as you can in this, you want to keep those hips level and steady. And then we're going to be turning the shoulders. Are you recognizing this? It's the same kind of thing we do with our T-Tapp Twist stretch, right? We try really hard not to turn. If we turn the hips at the same time, we call that the golf swing, right? And not the squeegee of the spine. So you're going to see that. So hips stay level. And the other thing is you don't want to lean forward. And I'm going to show you exactly how to not lean forward. All right. You ready to see that? So this is what I want to do. I'm going to go head on to you to start because I want you to see how you're going to get in. So once you see it this way, I'll turn because it's really important. I want you to get the squeegee idea. So if you put your feet, I'm going to go back. You'll notice I am actually wearing barefoot shoes. There's nothing on here because my carpet's really padded and it's really hard to keep my balance when I'm teaching. All right, so I'm just going to take one leg. I'm going to shift my weight over into my stabilizing leg and take this one right back. Now, one thing to watch when you do this, if you're finding that you're having a lot of trouble with balance, a lot of times it means that we call this railroading, meaning one back leg is right in alignment here. Now you don't have a stabilizing hip. So you want to bring that leg out so that notice how my legs are right underneath that hip joint place. All right. And for right now, I'm going to keep my heel up high so I'm on my ball joints. All right, so now in this position, here's something to remember. It can be very confusing when you go to do it like this. Well, what arm is out and what arm is back? So here's the easiest way to remember. The bent leg in front, bent leg, bent arm. Straight leg in the back, straight arm. Without that, I would never be able to do this. So here's what you want to do. With hand that's on your side, the bent one, you don't want it up on the waist. Now, I want you to see why I'm going to drop this. I'm going to drop it down here. Watch what happens to my shoulder. I'm not doing anything but bringing my hand up. Can you see how my shoulder lifted a little bit? So you want to keep the shoulders down, but instead of me just pressing my shoulder down, I'm going to just drop my hand. So here's where my groin crease is. I like to kind of put my forefinger, my pointer finger here at the groin and the other hand down around. See, it's kind of around there. And now I'm in a good place. And I can even push in and press down and get space between my rib and my hip. So I'm just lifting those ribs up a little bit. Now this other arm is straight out, and I'm going to do a bear claw. If you don't know what that is, I'm just going to bring my hands up like this. So I'm going to be like pressing from the bottom of my palm, and then I'm just going to pull some knuckles back and stretch my thumb. I happen to like that particular hand position. So notice here I am. Now I'm going to start to do my spine move. Now I'm going to keep my hips here. Okay, and here's the trick. Let me do it normally, how I see people do it. I'm going to go to the side so you can get a little better visual of that. Right there, tucked under. So most people, because everything's in front of us, we just think about bringing that arm forward. Now, can you see as soon as I did that, I'm leaning. Now, if I go to turn, my spine is not in that vertical linear alignment. So yes, I'll get a squeegee, but it's not the same as when my shoulder and my hips are in a straight line. Here's a little tip on the way to get that. Best way to think about it is, instead of thinking, come forward with that front, you want to think about taking that shoulder back. How do we pull a bow and arrow? We pull the other shoulder back, don't we? So think about pulling that shoulder back, and then feel your shoulder blade engage the back. So once I'm here, I'm pulling it, then I might hunch a little bit on that front shoulder. And once you're there, so just notice, right now I'm here. I'm not leaning at all. Okay, my shoulder, my hips are in a straight line. I'm right here. And then 1, 2, 3, I call it squaring it up, just meaning bring the shoulders all the way back square to where you started. So once again, pressing down, bear climb. Try to not let that arm go too low. You want it pretty much in alignment here. And now, because we already got that, let's add some breath. So let's inhale and feel the expansion. And you're going to exhale and take that back shoulder back. And as you exhale, draw that belly button in. Make sure that front knee doesn't go to the center of your body. You're keeping it out. And then you're going to bring it back. That's jazz twist. Now, when you get right to that sweet spot, it's very possible you'll even get a heat rush that will come up. And if that happens, yay, you just engaged everything and you're just gobbling a bit of glucose. So let's just do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, back shoulder, back shoulder, back shoulder. Push, 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 push that thumb in. Front knee, I'm taking it out. Now I might even hunch that front shoulder a little bit. And then 1, 2, 3, I'm going to bring it all the way back. And then I always like to go 1, 2, 3, back in, ribs up, or lift up from here. That's jazz twist. So that thinking about the back to go front is a huge tip, and I want you to use that in any of your spinal rotations. You can do it as well in, let me get myself in position here. You can also use it right for T-Tapp Twist stretch. Inhale. I'm going to grab on, ribs are up. Exhale, and as I come across, I'm going to keep my hips there, and I'm coming back, but I'm thinking about my back. I'm now engaging my back, shoulder blade and lat, and then all the way back to the front. So again, thinking about the back will really give you that beautiful rotation. All right, so that's number 1. What else can we do in this? Well, we already saw that. Let me show you how to get into it and back out and then turn to the other side. That's also such a brain teaser, all right? So I'm gonna start with my hands here low, and I'm gonna be kind of in like a wide plie. You can give yourself a little bend. All right, so now I'm going to lift the heel. I'm gonna bring that same side arm out. That'll make it easy. Push down, and now I'm gonna actually even engage my little glute. And if you can't get that yet, don't worry about it, but I'm gonna come all the way over. Good. Sometimes I lift my leg and bring it. Sometimes it comes a little bit too much there. And there we are. Let's just do 1 or 2. No, I'm up. I'm gonna think tilt under, ribs up. Oh yeah. Inhale first. Exhale, do your turn. And in. I'm just gonna do 1 more. And in. Now here's how we're going to turn. You're going to take it out first. You're going to take that arm down. You're going to push this hand into the hip, and you're coming back. I'm going to lift my other heel. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to come on over, lift, tilt under, straighten my back leg. Are you ready? And back. And back. Take it out. Take it out. Take it down, and you're going to come back, and then you can go and do it this way. I like to move that back other foot when I'm going fast, but if I have time, I like to move it over so I'm right in alignment. So there you go. Now, there's some other things that we can do with it as well. Let me just see. I think somebody asked me a question. Hi, Renee, will this be available on your site? Yes, yes, yes. And so it's also on YouTube. And so I'll create a link. Thanks for asking. All right, so the one that I just did right now, let me just go again. I'm going to lift this heel. Sorry, you can't see my feet. Lift the heel, arm up. I'm going to come over. Now, for some of us, it can be challenging for balance to be up on your back ball joints. So here's something else you can do. Well, let's do this one first. Here's a great way to pump the lymph and get rid of edema and and cankles, if you happen to know what that is. Kanky ankles. All you do is you're here, you can drop that heel down. Now what happens? It will shift your weight back a little bit, rebend, tilt under, and really reach through that back knee, pressing the heel in the ground. So we can do a little lift up, the front leg will straighten. I like to tilt in or think about that belly button pulling in and rebend and drop. So you can do a few of these up and down. Really good also to warm up the feet if this is the first thing you're doing, and pump the lymph and work those calves. Good. Now, let's just say you've just done that. And this is challenging for your balance. You can press down here, and let's do a jazz twist with the heel down. You ready? Same thing. We're going to inhale, tuck your chin. You want to lift from the top of the head. And exhale. What am I doing? I'm taking that back, shoulder back. I'm pushing. My front knee is out. 1, 2, 3. Square it up. Let's just do 2 more so that we get together. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Turn and back. And 2. All the way back. And 3. All the way back. Now we're going to take it out. Take it out. Take it down. Push that thumb in there. We come back. And when Teresa would do it, she used to do little heel lifts. So I'm just used to it. I like it. They're just little lip pumps. And let's go to the other side. Bend. Lift. Same leg out. Here we go. We're going to come all the way over. I'm going to lift that back to put it in alignment. And then 1, 2, 3, dropping that heel back. And I really like to press through my back knee to really straighten. You're going to get a beautiful stretch here and on the back, then tuck under. All right, let's go up and down. You ready? Up and down. 2 and down. Now, one other thing, when you come up, try not to allow your heel, I'm going to go here so you can see, try not to do that where the ankle goes out. That means you're not pressing through the big toe ball joint and the ball joint on the foot next to it. You want to straighten it up. Okay, so be very careful with that. That will make a big difference. And drop. So it's all the way up and a drop. And all the way up. I'm going to come to the side again and drop. Woo! There goes Renee. Hips level and drop. One more time. Up and down. So now I'm going to do the move, pressing it down. My heel is down in the back. Hips are level. Hand on the hip. Ribs are right there. And you ready? What are we doing? We're taking that back shoulder. We're turning it. So now you can see it, right? Turning. No, I'm not leaning. I'm right there, shoulder and hip in alignment, and then bring it all the way back. So I'm thinking, engage that back, and then at the very end, you can bring the other shoulder all the way forward and back. Let's just do one more. Take it out. Let's inhale first. Exhale, drawing it in on that turn, getting that beautiful squeegee, and all the way back. Let's take it out. You ready? Taking it out. Taking it down and coming all the way back. Woo! So now we've also got a nice lymph pump. So now I want to add one more thing to it. Towards the end, you know, everything typically, and this is true about most workouts I find, we do a lot of forward bending. It's called forward flexion, right? And even when we do primary back, we curl and we scoot, but we're still over forward. And what Teresa added, and I love this, is that lift and the extension. So instead of always coming forward, it's so important to do both, right? We always want to balance what we're doing. If we're working our quads, we want to work the hamstrings, right? So we're always front and back, shins and calves. So thinking about that. So she added a fascia, she would call it a fascia stretch, which I love because it is working all that bound connective tissue on the front of the body, since it's always used to going here. So we can just play with this for a moment so you get the sense. I'm going to put my feet under my hips and my hands again low on the groin, because we're going to do this with a jazz twist, but it's really helpful to see it and feel it first, because we always want to protect that back. Okay, when you're going back, you want to make sure you're not putting pressure on your lower back. So again, my hands are right in that same position. I'm going to push in. I'm now going to push down so I can lift my rib cage. Now I'm going to drop my chin a little bit. You're going to see I have this beautiful, beautiful double chin. I know it's so anti-aging, not. That's okay. Tuck it back, pushing down. I'm going to start to lean my upper body back. Now I'm going to lift my fingers, shoulders down, and I'm going to bring my elbows back. Why? Because I want to feel the engagement of my shoulder blades and my lats going in like this. You can inhale first and then exhale and really feel that beautiful lengthening here also on those hip flexors. But now to come back up, make sure you're pushing down and bringing yourself all the way up, okay? If you just do this, that's detrimental on here. Watch the difference. So I just drop myself back and up as opposed to lifting and stretching back with my elbows in the back and then push down to bring yourself back up. Can you see the difference? It's much more activated and we're taking care of that lower back. Here's another thing. When we go to do this one too, you could get nauseous. Same reason. Now we're working in the fascia in the front, etc., and getting rid of a lot of toxins, bringing oxygen and nutrients into some of those places that have been closed down. It's a good thing, okay? And you want to make sure to use the breath as I cue it. All right, so we're going to do a few of these little puppies. All right, are you ready? So we can do them different ways. Teresa did them different ways. I'm going to show you a few different ways to do it. The first one, let's just do it where both of our hands are here, elbows back, but we're going to do it in the jazz twist position. So I'm going to put my hands here, pressing down, shoulders down. I'm going to lift my heel. I'm going to come on over, press down. Now here's what I'm going to do. Shoulders down, tuck the chin. I'm pressing down. And as I come back, I'm letting my elbows go to the center of my body. I'm going to exhale, draw that belly button in. Now, before I come up, I'm pushing down to bring myself all the way up. Come all the way up vertical first. Then you can push and come back to the center. Let's go to the other side. Lift and over. Good. Pushing down. Get the elbows there. Drop your chin a little and tuck it back so you're lifting from the top of the head. And as you go down, I like to take that thumb, especially the one on the long leg in the back, really push it, shoulders down and back. And now you can even engage, squeeze that glute. Ooh, yeah. And then push down and bring yourself all the way up and then come back to the center. Ooh, how's that feel? You can really open up also in the middle of your body. And now you can even get a much bigger range of motion in the breath. It's so good. All right, you guys, so that's having both hands here. That might be as much as you can take. Please honor where you're at, okay? Especially if you have a lot of bound fascia and you haven't been doing a lot of movement, that might be just plenty. Now, though, I'm going to show you how we can do it with one arm like this. Saying that the move and everything I just talked to you about is the same, all right? So I'm coming in. Now, notice when I'm doing these fascia stretches, I'm not in a wide plie. I can be a little wider when I'm doing this one, but when I'm doing fascia, I'm a little more, my stance is a little more narrow. I don't have as much of a turnout on my feet. So now I'm going to go to here. I'm going to lift the heel. I'm going to bring this arm out, and I'm coming on over. I'm going to lift and get myself in position. All right, tucking chin. I'm going to inhale. On the exhale, my hand that's on my hip is pushing down, I'm lifting, and I'm going to slowly go back. Now, even here, I'm thinking my shoulders are going back. I'm squeezing and engaging my back. Then with this hand, I'm pushing down and bringing myself back up. Then I'm going to come here, lift and over, lift, ribs up. Pushing down, tucking chin, push down your back, pressing up, and take it on back. So now you have a few. The end that we'll do when we're working it is coming up, and you can go down, back a few times and back. But again, yes, you hear me in your sleep. Listen to your body. That might be just plenty and enough. How's that feel, you guys? Let me just share before I actually go into a little bit of flow so you have something to kind of play with without listening to all this. So good. Have you ever tried doing T-Tapp exercises on a power plate? I have. Great stuff if you can do it. Power plates are terrific. Anything you can do to also help work on that core. So yeah. And hey, Sherry, my Texas trainer is right there. Love this. Thanks, girl. All right. So you ready? Let's do. So I'm going to start with, I think I'll start with some jazz, with some fascia, because that also helps to kind of warm everything up and open you. Then I'm going to go right into some of the jazzy twists, okay? I'm not going to go real fast, maybe a little bit faster. All right, you guys ready? So let's start with, I'm going to, because you can already do this one on your own, I'm going to start with this one, pressing back, and I'm going to do a few of them and then go to the other side. All right, so you know what we're doing. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Pressing, lift, arm out. Let's go to the side. Our ribs are up, pushing down and back and up. 2, press it down and lift. Press down. 3, squeeze it between the shoulder blades and up. And 4 and up. All right, bring that hand over, drop, lift the other side, up and over. Getting ourselves in position. Pressing it down so you're lifted. And tuck the chin up and up. Press down, pull it up. 2 more, take it back, press up and back, press up. All right, we're gonna take it down and we're gonna go over. I think that's enough. I've had enough of all that. Now we're gonna go right into jazz twist. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it 4 rotations each one, then I'm going to go to 2, and then I'm going to try some singles. All right, see if you can hang in there with me. You ready? Plie, arm up, lift heel, let's go. Take it over. All right, ribs are up. Inhale first, and inhale. Inhale, 2 more, reach, and back, shoulder back. We're going to take that back shoulder back down. Take it over, switch. Are you ready, ribs? Here we go. Inhale. And back. 2, all the way back. 3, all the way back. 4, all the way back. We're going to take it out. Take it down. Bring that hand there. Whoop. Inhale first. Here we go for 2. 2 and back. Out and back. We're taking it out though. Out and down and switch. And here we go. Out all the way back. 2, all the way back. We're going to take it out, take it down. Can we do singles? Yes, we can. Here we go. You ready? Out, back, take it out and down. Come all the way over. Take it out, back, take it out and down. Here we go. One more set. Out and back, out, down. All the way over. Take it out, back, out and down and back to the center. Woo! Who needs to come on down for a second? Push down, curl that back. Oh, that'll feel good. Bend those knees a little bit more. Pull that belly button in and up and arch it out. Look down, push down, curl. Oh, draw that belly button in and out, pull up and arch. We're going to dive. I want to dive today. Look down, push down, curl, release. Jazz those fingers slowly rolling up. Feel what that feels like in your back. Hooking your thumbs, stretching, bending deeper. Belly button is pulling in and up. Reach, release, grab on, pull up and arch, and then press down, flip jazz. And roll it up and around. Yes! How are you guys doing? I hope that was helpful. I think if nothing else, if you just get the idea that when you go to turn, you take that shoulder back and you stop leaning forward. If nothing else, that's going to really rock your world and change your jazz twist. So I hope that was helpful. You can let me know. Everybody's there. So happiest camper asked Sherry where she is in Texas. I'll let the two of you do that. And thanks so much. So let's continue this. We can always add on to comments as you try it. We'll do this move throughout the week. And I can't wait to hear what your experience is, how you experience, how you feel, and how it feels differently when you just keep that linear alignment and when you do those fascia stretches. So have a great week, you guys. Enjoy the weather. If yours is as pretty where you are as mine is where I am. Have a great one. Bye.